Walaikum salam.
Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for responding. That proves that you can hear me because sometimes my mic, gives some problem. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for responding. Right. So let's uh, let's begin here by, of course, with the reminder that you need to register your attendance on the Power Apps. Yeah. Okay. So and while you're trying to grab a cup of coffee or something, I'll just also go back here and get the forms ready. Yeah, the poll that is. Okay. Oops. Let's do that. Okay. So good. Just get it ready. Yeah. So when we finish the lecture, it's there waiting for us. All right. So what is the plan for today? First of all, we're going to be looking at the quiz. Yeah, because I think you haven't had a chance to see the sort of performance this time around, yeah, for the quiz, as well as the answers. Yeah, you might well share the answers, but I haven't shared with you, yeah, directly. So let's do that. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the quiz first of all. Right. So 5 questions, as you recall. First question, yeah, in the analogy of the car, yeah, in the car analogy, Lewis Hamilton's car could be likened to what? So that's of course a little tricky question. Okay, a little trick question. Uh, it's not about the fuel, of course. Yeah, of course, it's not about Lewis Hamilton's driving skills. Yeah, it's about his car. Yeah, so his car. What is his car? Remember, it's a Formula One car. Yeah, that's the car that he drive in races, Mercedes Formula One. Yeah, uh, and of course he has other cars. Yeah, his own personal car, which I do not know. I think it's probably a Lamborghini or some of those higher end cars like Bugatti Veyron. Yeah, or a Ferrari. Yeah, so uh, and of course when you talk about Lewis Hamilton, he's going to be driving a fast car. Yeah, fast car means powerful engine. Yeah, uh, so which means that it's intelligence. Yeah, all right. So uh, there's a bit of convergence there. Yeah, okay. So just to get some fun out of it. Yeah, all right. And then of course you find that the next one, shadows in Plato's analogy of the cave. Yeah, right. So another analogy there. Yeah, what are those shadows? Yeah, okay, and of course uh, they are not just mere shadows. Okay, all right. uh, what's the point of Plato teaching his students about just about shadows? Yeah, okay, has no which has no significant meaning. Yeah, okay, of course that's not right as well. Yeah, does not allow us to get closer to the truth. Yeah, then it's not useful. Yeah, and of course you find that allows for convergence thinking. Yeah, because with the shadows it allows us to converge, yeah, to refine our understanding of what we are looking at. Yeah, remember we are not allowed. Yeah, in the analogy of the cave, we're not allowed to look directly at the object. We are looking at the wall of the cave, and of course at the shadow only. Yeah, and of course you find that if this shadow is not moving, then we say it's a lifeless object. Yeah, that could be the first conclusion, and then it starts to move. Yeah, then of course now it's no longer a lifeless object. It is a living object. Yeah. All right. And then if it begins to move, then you can see that it is, a living object that can move. Yeah. And then if it stands up on four legs, what appears to be four legs, then we say that it is a living object, that has four legs. Yeah. And it's moving, walking with four legs. Yeah. Right. And then of course you find that, uh, which means that, we are converging. Yeah. Okay. Converging on the truth, that is, with regards to the object. But unless, of course, we are able to look at the object, then we will never know the truth. Yeah? Okay. So we are only allowed to converge on towards the truth, yeah, rather than actually see what the truth is. Yeah. And of course, that is different. Yeah. In the case of you coming to UTP, yeah. Before coming to UTP, you get shadows. You get to see shadows as well. Yeah. Okay. Like uh, you know uh, Google Earth images, from up there in the sky of UTP, like what friends are saying about UTP, uh, what the website is saying about UTP. Okay, so we find that, those are shadows. Yeah. And it's only when you get to be at UTP and to see, yeah, with your own side, your own eyes, meaning that experience with your senses, yeah, okay, what UTP is all about, then only then you would know the truth, yeah, about UTP. All right, so that's the analogy of the cave, yeah. And of course, after that, which of the following is more likely to prefer the kinesthetic learning style? Yeah, okay. So, and of course, you find that uh, more often than not, it's the musician. Yeah, okay. Lawyer tends to be listening and be talking. Same goes with politicians. IT professional, yeah, of course, IT professional will have to deal with what the keyboard and the hardware. Okay, right? Putting together the hardware. Yeah, okay. But the musician has to be, more kinesthetically inclined. Yeah, okay, compared to the IT professional, because the musician uh, uh, needs to experience the vibrations with his fingers. Okay, needs to be closer. Yeah, okay, uh, with the musical instrument that he's working with. It's not just about putting things together. Yeah, hardware, like connecting the hardware together. So it's more than that. Yeah, okay, so you find that, the musician then would be the better answer. Yeah. All right. Uh, all right. So which of the following is false about intelligence? Yeah. And of course, you find that the answer with the level of intelligence can be increased. Yeah. We know by now. We know that, intelligence is something that cannot increase. Intelligence is something that can decrease. Yeah. Right. Yeah. How? Yeah. Well, how do you think intelligence can be decreased? Because as people grow older, yeah, after their peak years, yeah, after age maybe 40, okay, 45, after those peak years, you find that, although the brain is still active, yeah, all right, and there's a lot of knowledge there as well. But remember, with cells tends to in order for us humans to survive, cells produce copies of each other, yeah, of themselves. Okay, copies of the brain cells, copies of other cells in the body, copies of the cells in the biceps, for example. Yeah, okay. So copies. Yeah. So of course, when you find that you have copies, the quality is not going to be the same as the earlier cells. It's copy upon copy upon copy. Yeah. All right. And of course, if you copy a paper, you can see that, and use the copied paper to make other copies. Yeah. All right. Then you find that, the image is going to get blurrer and blurrer. Yeah, okay. So the quality of the cells then gets less and less, and of course that's why old people suffer from mental, not mental illness, yeah, but mental deficiencies. Yeah, okay, like you know, uh, like dementia. You know, they can't remember very well. Okay, after a while they can't remember because that's the way it is with cells. Yeah, all right. So intelligence can be increased. That's the false statement, and of course that is the right statement. That is the right answer. Yeah. Okay. And next one, the last one, of course, one may become a victim of the intelligence trap when one what is good at defending one's ideas. Yeah. All right. And why is that? Because when one is able to defend one's ideas, yeah, then there is no need to listen to other people. Yeah, all right. And of course, if you read that bit of information in the lecture notes, it says that when the person doesn't have the need, then and he can defend his ideas, then of course you find that he might then even go on to derive satisfaction from that. Yeah. Okay. And in the end, you find that he is trapped in his poor ideas. Okay. Which could have been improved if it was infused, say, with other people's ideas. Other people's ideas could also be better, yeah, but those people were not able to defend their ideas, and this intelligent, so-called intelligent person, yeah, is able to shoot them down. Yeah. Okay. Right. So you find that that's why it's important, yeah, to be aware of the intelligence trap, to be aware of where we are going with a particular, argument, yeah, or debate, yeah. All right. Okay. So, and that, of course, it's the answers. And now I'll show you, yeah. Okay. Disappointingly, okay, the average score for 406 responses. Yeah. Should be more actually, but some people, because of you know uh, they send in late. Yeah, some people send in quite late. Uh, after the injury time. Yeah, some people send in before the injury time, but of course still cannot get it through because of system deficiencies. Yeah, okay, system constraints. All right, at your end, that is. Okay, so was not able to send their their work on time. So average score is only 50%, 2.5 out of 5. Is it okay? No, that's not okay. It's not okay because usually the results is something like 75%. Yeah, okay, 75%. And 75% meaning it's a B plus. Yeah, okay, B plus, at least a B, at least 70. Okay, so but here we have only 50. Yeah, okay, 50 as the average score. So meaning that I would think that perhaps then it is like a wake up call. Yeah, it is only a quiz. Yeah, anyway, doesn't command very many marks. Yeah, only 2.5 marks. Okay, out of the total 2.5% of the total 100% for all, yeah, for everything. Yeah, test 1, test 2, project video. Okay, and then the final EA, I suppose, is going to be EA again. Yeah, right. So you find that everything is 100%, then this only constitute 2.5%. Minus this 2.5%. If you get full marks, of course, you're going to get 97.5%. Yeah, right, which is very much an A. Even if you lose more percent, yeah, along the way, yeah, as long as you get 85%, you'll get an A. Or as they say at the borderline, which is as long as you get 84.5%. Yeah. So that is the cutoff. Yeah. 84.5. You must get 84.5% in order to get an A for any foundation course. Yeah. All right. So what I will do is that I will send you the marks, your marks later. Yeah. Of course, you find that some people probably did very well. Yeah. Probably got maximum scores. Yeah. Okay. Full scores. Others may perhaps did very badly. Perhaps even got zero. I do not know. I have not seen it yet. Yeah. Okay. So you find that when I look at it, I will get rid of the names, yeah, and I will only show the marks with the ID, yeah. All right, so as not to offend anyone, yeah. All right, so so as not to upset anyone. I don't think it's offending to do that, yeah, but certainly some people might be upset with it, yeah. All right, so don't worry too much about it. It's just 2.5%. There's every reason to believe that you can get an A. Yeah. Right. So let's continue then. Yeah. Okay. Now we go on to errors in thinking, because I believe we have finished already the 4-quadrant brain model. Yeah. Okay. That we did earlier. Right. Okay. So those of you who missed the lecture, you can look at the recordings, or you can simply go through the notes yourself. Okay. It's quite straightforward. It requires a bit of research. Maybe you want to be going to the Google, yeah, okay, and Googling, this, and you should find more information, more interesting information. Yeah, okay. Right. So let's continue then. Yeah. Okay. There's partialism, time scale, egocentricity, right down to extremes. And we'll be going through each one of them. Yeah, and most of this would have exercises that we need to do. Yeah, okay. Discussions that we need to do with friends as well. Okay, so hopefully, by the time we get to the discussion, people are ready. Yeah, to discuss. Yeah, all right. Because I know it's a bit early for some people. Yeah? For some people, not all, of course. For some people, it's a bit early. Yeah. Right. First one then, partialism. Yeah. Or before we go on to this, I just want to give a background to this. You find that once you have gone through this, yeah, and categorize the sort of errors, yeah, okay, that people commit, yeah, including ourselves. Yeah, it doesn't mean that when we say people commit this, other people do it and we don't do it. We do it as well, even after we have learned these errors in thinking. Yeah, but the point is, hopefully once we have learned about this, then we become more conscious, yeah, of the errors that we are committing. Yeah, and or that we may commit in the future. Yeah, and because of that consciousness, yeah, we would then be able to correct those errors immediately. Yeah, rather than being oblivious. Yeah, all right, and think that we are on the right track. So we find that it's important to be conscious of the errors, and of course, as they say, we learn from other people's mistakes. Yeah, because when you know this, you will be able to detect the errors committed by people that speak on TV, for example. Even your lecturers, for that matter. Yeah, okay. Even family members and friends and anybody else, for that matter. You find that uh, people will be people. Yeah, as they say, to err is human. Yeah, all right. And people will continue to be making mistakes, like this over and over again. But of course, we get to be better, yeah, right? We get to be better. We get the chance to be better, all right? If we are willing to be conscious about this, uh, what errors people make, and of course also about the errors that we make ourselves, and that we find that we are on the road to becoming better thinkers. Yeah. All right. So let's continue then. Now, partialism. Yeah. What is partialism? Yeah. Comes from the word part. Yeah. And then partial, and then partialism. Part meaning a part of. Yeah. All right. So and from there you can see that you can get some meaning out of that already. Yeah. And you find that De Bono says this is the major error in thinking. Okay, so a pure error of perception caused by inadequacy or insufficient levels of perception, or insufficiency of perception. I don't think it's insufficiency here. It's probably insufficient perception. Yeah. Okay. Uh, so you find that human beings have different realities. Yeah. Do you agree with that? Yeah. Okay. You have a different reality. Let's say both of you are that. Let's say there's two of you. We're talking about two of you here, two individuals, uh, both going to the same university, UTP, both taking the same course, which is ME, right? Both staying in the same room. Yeah. All right. Same room meaning you are sharing rooms, yeah, at the dorms, at the at the village. Okay. uh, uh, and of course you find that even when that is the case, you will have different realities. Yeah. Okay. Because the reason is people will have different perception. Yeah. People will have different ways of perceiving information. Remember we talk about perceiving information in modality. Yeah. All right. uh, and when we perceive differently, chances are the sort of information that we get will be different. The type of information, visual information is different from auditory information. Yeah, might tell us different. Okay, is different from kinesthetic information, information that is acquired through kinesthetic means, by touching. That is okay. So we find that because of that and its varying combination, yeah, okay, then you find that that will of course affect the perception. Then on top of that, if you remember, yeah, LS is made up of modality and brain processing, yeah, or brain dominance. Or those who are, say, uh, quadrant A dominant, yeah, all right, then you find that together with the information that they have, they process that information. Okay, that combination of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic is being processed by someone with a brain with a quadrant A brain dominance. Yeah. Okay. Or that same information then might be processed by someone who is a quadrant B brain dominance, or quadrant C, or quadrant D even brain dominance, and you can see that the perception, yeah, the understanding that the individual will get is going to be very different. Yeah, all right. Uh, the meaning, yeah, the meaning to what they see, yeah, okay, what it means to be in UTP is going to be different for individual A compared to individual B. Yeah. So if those two individuals are willing to explore, yeah, that meaning, yeah, okay, so but of course if the two individuals are not willing to explore, are oblivious of what's happening in UTP, yeah, just follow the flow, okay, not thinking about what they are going through, then of course that would be the same. Okay. So the reality will be the same, because they are both oblivious, yeah, of UTP, oblivious of what's happening in the world. Yeah, okay. You ask them, uh, uh, what do you think of the world now, for example? Yeah, people who are oblivious. Yeah, all right, they won't know, right? They are, they are unaware what's happening. They are living under their own coconut shell. Yeah, okay, right. Frog under the coconut shell, as they say in Malay. Yeah, and you find that that is very true. The Americans, yeah, the Americans. America is supposed to be the most powerful country in the world, right? Yeah, and you can see that nearly half, I mean the in the last election, not this election, of course, yeah. Uh, in fact, more than half, voted for Trump. Okay, so that Trump became president. Yeah. It's only this time that after what, after 4 years, yeah, okay, that many realize that Trump is not a good candidate for a president because Trump failed to take up the measures, yeah, implement the measures to protect them from COVID-19. Uh, so many were actually bitter at Trump, yeah, besides other issues as well. So you find that those people in America, yeah, many of them are oblivious. If you ask them, what's happening in the rest of the world, they wouldn't know. Yeah, okay, so many of the so-called rednecks, yeah, okay, people who live in the interior, okay, all right, they are only concerned about what goes on. That is their world. They do not know any other world. And of course, even though America is uh, is a continent, yeah, okay, then of course they are like oblivious. Uh, they are oblivious of what's happening in the rest of the world. So we do not want to be that way. Yeah, okay. We do not want to be oblivious. We want to be sensitive to information, and being sensitive to information that is perhaps the first step. Yeah, to deal with partialism. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So because remember, we want to form a holistic perception. Yeah, a holistic understanding of what's happening for any issue that we are considering. Yeah, okay. Right. So the thinker is looking at only part of the situation. Yeah. And that's an example here, requesting for 3 months bonus pay for all civil servants as if it is their right. So uh, now, why is that partialism? Yeah. Okay. I want you to think about that. Yeah. For the next couple of minutes. Yeah. Think about why it is partialism. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's come back to this. So, what are your thoughts on this? Yeah, civil servants requesting for 3 months of bonus pay. Yeah. Okay. So, what are your thoughts on that? Let's get people to contribute. Okay. Yeah. Anyone wants to say something? Anybody?
Not really, sir.
Ha, Yan. Okay. Yes, Yan. Why do you cover your face, Yan? Yeah.
Because it is in my tradition to do so.
All right. So anyway, right. What is your thoughts on this?
I would say partialism is probably for people who don't, how do you say, like, not tunnel vision, I would say is the word I would pick for it,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
where they somehow like, maybe they may not see the other point, maybe due to ignorance, but I would say sometimes it would also be to inconsideration that they would have partialism.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. And commenting on this civil servants, wanting bonus pay. What is your opinion on that?
Um, I mean, it's not hard to see why this would happen. Like people always want better things for themselves, even if it comes at the cost of others. So it's something I definitely could see happening.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, uh, anything else to add to that?
No, I don't think I do have any.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution there. Okay. So, uh, let's get somebody else then. Uh, anybody else? Right. No, we get it. 56 people today. Yeah. So, 56 people are on MST, but I'm not sure whether 56 people are with me. How about Cha Wen Hui? Yeah. Cha Wen Hui? Are you there, Cha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, all right. So, good morning. Yeah, are you all right this morning? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Where are you, Cha? Where are you right now?
I'm in my house.
Yeah, where is that?
Shalam.
Oh, okay, Selangor. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Right smack in the middle of the storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hope you stay safe. Yeah. Please make sure you take care of, yourself. Yeah, because we hope to get you back, at UTP, in the near future. Yeah. All right. So, you want to share with us, what you think about this?
Mm, yeah, I think the person who is requesting for 3 months bonus pay
Yeah. Is that reasonable? Not
is
reasonable? What do you think?
is reasonable if like they need the bonus pay. Maybe like they want it for their family, so
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think
All
it's
right.
reasonable.
All right. Okay. Anything you want to add to that?
No.
All right, thank you, Cha. Yeah, okay. So,
Okay.
it's good to hear. Thank you very much, Cha. It's good to hear from Shah Alam. Yeah, okay. So now we get representatives from all over the country. Okay. Now you may realize that if you are from Shah Alam, hey, I got a friend in Shah Alam. Okay. Uh, even where I'm staying here, yeah, there are actually our students, also staying at the same taman as myself, yeah, and somehow we never bump into each other, at the convenience store, for example, or even at the Petronas. So maybe after COVID, I guess things will become, easier for people to bump into each other. Yeah. All right. Anyway, coming back to this, so what do we think about this? Yeah, what is bonus? Bonus, of course, is that amount of money, usually 1 month salary, 2 months salary, okay, that is paid, to deserving employees, over and above their salary, their monthly salary. Okay, they get 12 months salary. After 1 year, okay, after 1 year they get 12 months salary, and then on top of that, depending on their performance, in the following year they are paid, say in February or in March, or in April, okay, usually about round about March, okay, Petronas people, get their bonus, government servants get their bonus, I think, around about end of the year, paid maybe twice a year, something like that, okay. So, bonus is paid over and above the salary, okay. Uh, and of course, you find that this is the usual practice even in the private sector. So in the private sector, you have people getting something like even up to 12 months. I've heard of people, friends in Maybank, getting 12 months salary. 12 months bonus, over and above their salary, which means that for that year they got twice their salary. All right. So some businesses, some sectors, banking sector especially, can reward their staff in that way. Okay. And you find that coming back to this, then it's about performance. People usually think about performance. All right. So if they perform well, they get 12 months. Not so well, maybe 9 months. Okay. In Petronas, I think the maximum is around about 7, 8 months. Okay. Right. That people get bonuses. Around about those number of months. But people who don't do so well get maybe just 5 months, even 3 months, or even 1 month, or even no bonus at all. Everybody else gets bonus. This person don't get bonus, because he has performed badly for the year. So we have those circumstances as well. All right. So the point is that normally people would expect when they do well, when they perform well, they produce the results, that they are entitled for the bonus. And I suppose it is fair to say that for civil servants who are deserving, it is acceptable for them to request, or even for them to expect bonus, 3 months bonus, perhaps even more. Okay. So but that thinking is based on performance only. Okay. Performance of the staff, right? Whereas what about the performance of the organization, performance of the company, performance of the government department, that particular government department, all right. So if that particular government department has not performed well, has not created value, okay, all right, because every organization is conceived, is established to what? To add value, okay. Of course, you find that in the private sector, they want to make profit. That is also a form of value, okay. In the service industry, okay, they serve people, and make people's lives better, make it better for people to deal with, say, problem with their air conditioning. So the service people come, and service the air conditioning in people's homes, okay. So they add value, okay. And of course, you find that when organizations add value, chances are they will be making a profit, okay. All right. Provided they are able to overcome all of their costs, overhead costs, material costs, transportation costs, all the costs, can be covered, and then of course what is left is the profit. Okay. So in the case of the government, of course, you find that The government must be efficient enough to what? To number one, to serve the people. Yeah, all right. Because the government is there to serve the people, yeah, of the country. Yeah, all right. So the government works for the people. Yeah, okay. So you find that the government is there to serve the people. Yeah, and of course you find that at the same time the government will collect taxes. Yeah, all right. Taxes from individual, taxes from companies, private sector companies, taxes even from the civil servants themselves. Okay, they have to pay taxes as well. Yeah. So the government, this entity called the government, then get uh, enough money. Government also uh, collect money. Okay, uh, from the government. Call it government listed companies. Okay, the GLCs. Okay, like Petronas, for example. Yeah. Okay. So Petronas, you find that give money to the government, right? But of course, with COVID-19 and the oil price, down, I suppose the quantum now would be less than in previous years. Yeah. Okay. We would expect that sort of thing. So, but the point is, government needs to collect money and then spend money in a way that provides for the needs of the people, provides for the development of the country. Yeah. Okay. So we find that if we have responsible people, yeah, in the government, then you find that then our lives will be better. If we have people who are not responsible, then you find that as we see in many other countries, yeah, where the governments are not doing their job well, so you find that the people will suffer. Yeah, okay. So in a sense, this country, Malaysia, is better than many other countries. But of course, yeah, of course we can do better. Yeah, all right, and we should aspire to do better. All right. So partialism then is basically that for this case, the civil servants basically is just what, looking at their performance. They're not looking at the overall picture, the economy, yeah, the world economy, the pandemic, yeah, okay, because all of that will incur costs. To save the country, the government needs to spend money, yeah, all right, and it's not cheap to buy, say, for example, the vaccine, yeah. Each person probably around about 400 ringgit. Yeah, okay. I'm not so sure about it. I'm just guessing there, speculating there a bit. Yeah, uh, and of course, if you multiply that by what, 70% of 30 million, yeah, okay, that is 21 million. All right, 21 million multiplied by 400 ringgit. There you have it. Yeah, in the billions, of course. Okay, so it's not a small amount of money. Yeah, that needs to be spent. So civil servants should not expect, bonus this few years, yeah, okay, this coming years, because the government just doesn't have the money, yeah, all right. The government has other priorities, yeah, okay. So bonus perhaps is something more of more of luxury, yeah. Even we know in the private sector also, people are losing their jobs in the private sector. You find that salaries are being reduced, okay, being cut, that is, yeah. Some lose 30% of their salary. Some lose up to even 50%. I know of friends that have they are still working. Of course, they are not retiree like me, okay. They are still working and they are now earning only 50% of what they were earning before, yeah, okay. And they are, of course, not in a good place, yeah, at the moment. All right, so that's partialism, yeah. And it can be intentional, it can be unintentional. Yeah, intentional meaning when people are involved in debates. Yeah, people are quarreling. Yeah, no, sometimes when I don't know about you, but if you listen, sometimes you can hear people quarreling. Yeah, friends quarreling, husband and wife quarreling. Yeah, siblings quarreling. Okay, that can happen occasionally, and when people get into that kind of a mood, yeah, okay, kind of a debate mode, all right, uh, then you find that they tend to take their point of view as the right point of view, yeah, not the overall point of view. Okay, it's their point of view that is being, as what was said by Ian just now, yeah, they apply tunnel vision. Okay, right? Tunnel vision. Right. So, and of course, it can be unintentional as well. Yeah. Okay. Uh, this partialism, meaning that we're not looking at everything, all the important factors. We miss out certain important factors. Yeah, because we tend to focus on things that we are familiar with. Yeah. All right. Uh, for example, you have companies, yeah, wanting to export, uh, export technology, export people, yeah, all right, export people meaning human resource, okay, not trafficking people. There's something else, all right. So wanting to uh, sell, their produce, agricultural produce maybe, okay, uh, to another country, yeah. All right. Everything seems to be all right. Yeah. The paperwork. Yeah. The supply chain. Okay. The logistics. Everything seems to be arranged properly. The market there is ever willing to accept the produce, the agricultural produce of this particular country. Okay. So everything seems to be all right between country A and country B. Yeah, okay. Uh, Except that those persons involved in that exporting business suddenly realize that uh, there's a political storm. Yeah, political storm. That was always there actually, but not seen. Not properly researched, and now they might have to deal with a new regime, yeah, with a regime change, yeah, okay, so or government change, if you want to put it that way, okay, so uh, and with new government, there could be new uh, rules, new procedures, new SOPs that the company has to deal with, yeah, okay, and partialism there can cost just because people tend to focus on those things that they are comfortable with. You find that it may cost the company, yeah, a lot of money. All right, so that's partialism. Time scale now, special case of partialism, in which a person looks at a narrow slice of time, usually the immediate future. Yeah. Now back to discussion now. An undergraduate decides to leave university as he wants to make it big in the IT business industry while it is hot. Yeah. Okay. Like now, for example. Yeah. All right. Now there's a lot of demand for IT people. Yeah. Okay. Demand for hardware as well. Okay. So people in the IT are selling thousands upon thousands of tabs. Okay. For example, you know school children need tabs, yeah, right? Uh, and then of course you find that if each tab costs something like what the lower end tab I'm talking about, say what 200 ringgit, 300 ringgit, yeah, okay, 400 ringgit, then you can imagine if you multiply that by the hundreds of thousands of school children, yeah, not to mention university students, all right. So it's it's what do you call it, it's a good time, yeah. It's boom time, yeah, for the IT hardware business, yeah. All right. So discussion then, what would be your advice to your younger sibling if he were to be in the same situation? Yeah, okay. So if you have a sibling and feel that this sibling wants to make it big, yeah, in business, yeah. So you know, what would be your advice, right? So I want you to discuss this with your friends, or you can even think it out on your own. You can do it individually, okay? And then I will try and pick up names that I have never picked up before, okay? Or maybe names that have been left out, yeah. You are welcome to suggest to me, yeah. All right. Uh, if you go to the chat box there, welcome to suggest to me names of people, that you feel have not had the chance, to contribute to our discussion. Yeah, because we want to be comfortable with contributing, so that you will be comfortable contributing in your team projects. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and that reminds me, I have to send out the project brief, which I've forgotten. Okay, but not to worry, you have plenty of time, yeah, with regards to the project, because uh, no physical model is to be built, yeah. So that cut shorts, the time. Easily you save 1 week, maybe 1.5 weeks because of that, yeah, because you don't have to go and buy certain, uh, items to be used in the building of the model. Yeah, okay. So, and because of that, you have more time. Yeah, and because of that, that gives us a bit of flexibility. Yeah, now even though it is week number 5, end of week number 5. Yeah, so it should be out today. Yeah, okay. I'll make it a point to put it on YouLearn, or put it to send it to you, today. Yeah. All right. So coming back to this, yeah. So I'll give you 5 minutes or so, yeah, okay, to discuss about this, yeah. All right. What would be your advice to this, young man? Yeah, 5 minutes, and then I'll pick up those names here, okay, uh, among the attendees, or I'll pick up those names that are suggested to me. Yeah, okay, you can suggest names to me. Yeah, of course, those who suggest names to me will probably be suggested later. Yeah, okay, right. Okay, let's have some fun now. Yeah, all right. So 5 minutes, and I'll be back with you at 9. What? 3 past 9. Yeah, or 4 past 9. Right, let's get back to where we were. Yeah. So what would be your advice to your younger sibling if he were to be in the same situation? Yeah, all right. So let's get people to share their thoughts here. So Cyril Gilman Ampari, are you there, Cyril?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, where are you actually?
I'm currently at UTP.
Oh, UTP. Okay,
Yes.
are you from Sarawak or something?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So which part of Sarawak?
I'm from Miri.
Miri. Okay, the oil town. Yeah, okay, oil city now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's so how are you keeping up at UTP? Are you okay now? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you have are there many students at UTP?
Uh, I see a lot of in the international student here.
Okay, all right. So and any more any other Sarawakians besides yourself in UTP right now?
Yes, I see a lot of them, but not from foundation.
Okay, all right. So so you at least you get to walk about and enjoy the scenery in UTP, if I may say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. All right. Okay, it's good that you are in good spirits, and of course, whenever we have class, yeah, hopefully people, especially in UTP, besides yourself, yeah, those in our written program and in this class, should be talking to us, yeah, all right, because unlike those people who are at home, who have their siblings, who have their parents, yeah, who have their perhaps uh, closer connections, yeah, okay, family connections. Those people in UTP, perhaps would feel better, yeah, would feel more comfortable, if they can get to talk, especially in the class, yeah. All right, right, okay, Cyril. Coming back to this thing, what is your opinion here?
I think I will allow him to leave varsity and indulge in the business.
Okay, yeah, and why would that be the case?
Uh, in life, there will be chance that we can have, but we're not willing to take the risk to take the chance.
Mhm. Okay.
So I'm afraid if he didn't take the chance, he will regret his decision.
Oh, okay, all right. So you feel that your sibling here, your brother, say, should make a big kill now while he can. Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So anything else you want to add to that?
Mm, I don't think so.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Cyril. Yeah. Okay. So Cyril is one of those people who would encourage the sibling to leave university and become another, Bill Gates or Jobs or a tycoon, an IT tycoon, IT supplier, yeah, a tycoon supplier of devices. If not in the technology, then as a supplier. So thank you very much, Cyril. Yeah, okay. Right. So let's go to someone else now. Yeah. Let's go to nobody has been volunteered. Yeah, okay, by any of your friends. So in that case, I go to Ku Nelly, Ku Zen, yeah, Ku Niley, sorry, not Nelly, Ku nail as in fingernails, yeah, and then I put a Y there. It's not. I thought it was a non-Malaysian just now, so it's a Malaysian, yeah. You are a Malaysian. So Ku Niley, are you there? Not there. Yeah. Okay. So then we go on to the next person. Yeah. Nikita Azwa. Are you there, Nikita? Assalamualaikum, Nikita. Yeah. Yeah, no, Nikita is not there as well. What about, let's say, Zhu Fenggan? Good morning, Zhu Fenggan. I'm looking at your name here. Yeah. Zhu Fenggan. Also no response. Yeah, all right. So, yeah.
Sir?
Yeah, Zhu. Are you Zhu Fenggan?
No, sir.
Who are you? Who are you?
Muhammad Afzal, sir.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. You want to? Okay. You volunteer. All right. Please. Yeah. Please share your thoughts here. Yeah.
So, in my
What do you think?
opinion, I
Yeah.
will encourage my younger siblings to do it also.
Mm.
Yeah, because we know that this field is higher demands now, and yeah, we need someone that are expert in that particular field to contribute to our community and give something that is beneficial to our community. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
I think that's all.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So, and you can see there are two people already. Yeah. Actually would support that kind of daring sort of decisions. Daring is courageous, is brave. Call it what you may. Okay. It's it's going to be different from what most people would say. Yeah, all right. I think. These two are the first two that have said this that way, their opinion, compared to other students, in the other groups. Yeah, so I'm just sharing with you here. So all of the students, in fact, say, stay in university. You are the only one that say come out. Yeah, okay. So is that the right thing to do? Yeah, that depends. Still depends. Yeah, it can be either way. So, but the point is that. Currently, for example, you have COVID-19, and of course, immediately what comes to mind is the medical industry, medical support services, medical devices, medical, even things like gloves, okay, that is to be used by the people caring for, other people, that need to handle, people at the counter, even those people, some of them, they put on gloves. They want to be, extra careful, yeah, so as not to get the virus, yeah, on their hands. Okay, so and you find that, other than that, of course, is IT, yeah, IT, is in demand because again, to reduce contact, yeah, like what we are doing now, yeah, we don't have contact, and between you and me, and within all of you together as well. So, and of course, you find that it puts a strain on the IT industry. Okay, recently, even Microsoft had problems, because too many people were were accessing Microsoft. Microsoft Teams, for example, too many people, so they even Microsoft experienced some problem, yeah, and they had to deal with it. And in order to deal with problems of that nature, they need IT people. Yeah, even better if people wanting to go into IT right now knows what they can supply. Yeah, okay, because there's a big demand now. Yeah, big demand for devices, big demand for computers, yeah, big demand for installation of networks, yeah, okay, at companies, because according to the WHO, yeah, all right, according to WHO, we will be with COVID-19 for 5 years, yeah. So meaning that if this continues, you will graduate online. Okay, so hopefully, I guess the majority of your courses will be conducted online. Okay, so which means that universities need to upgrade their IT facilities. Everybody, okay, every business, every government agency, and of course you find that that is big money. Yeah, you're talking about a big opportunity here. So someone with IT capabilities doesn't have to have a degree. Yeah, okay, but the main thing is the capabilities and the competencies. Find that uh, they can make their big hill. And once this pandemic is over, yeah, okay, right, there'll be a bit of maintenance, and then slowly the business will taper, yeah, will taper down. But that will take some time, probably another 10 years, yeah, okay. So 5 years plus another 5 years. So you find that the experts are saying it's going to be good business for the IT industry. Yeah, okay. So uh, back to this then, what do we do then, right? If you're talking about 10 years, yeah, down the road, where IT is going to be in demand, yeah, that is the time frame, yeah, or the time scale, some people put it, yeah. And you can slot in, because universities are not going to going away, yeah, right? Universities are still going to be here, yeah. UTP is going to be here, University Malaya, whatever other universities in the country, okay. So will still be where they are, yeah, and they are going to welcome you, yeah, to come back and do your degree later on if you want to, yeah. All right, right. So and of course you find that if your sibling has made his millions, yeah, okay, millions of ringgit, that is, okay, not thousands of ringgit, millions of ringgits in profit, that is, okay. So you find that he can come back and do and spend even money going to perhaps the more expensive type of university, like like Monash University, where you have to spend something like 4 times more than you spend at UTP. Yeah, okay. If at UTP you spend 100,000, at Monash you just spend 400,000. But of course, you find that people then want to go. People who go to these kinds of universities are looking at routes to go to Australia, New Zealand, maybe. Okay, yeah, because then they can easily establish contacts, with people in those countries. Yeah, all right. But of course, it's going to be like paying through the nose right now. But people who make their millions. Yeah. So what is 400,000? Yeah. Okay. For university fees is it's small amount for them. Okay. Uh, and you find that that could well be the case. Yeah. The point is it back to time scale? The point is we have to consider that time. Yeah. Okay. Get the best estimate for the time. Of course, nobody knows exactly what the time is, but certainly people who have been long enough in the IT industry, yeah, or people who have been long enough dealing with pandemics of this nature, yeah, okay, people in the WHO, yeah, people in the KKM, those people, they will know, yeah, okay. Because if you look at, say, the plan, I think I shared the plan with you, the plan to actually mobilize the vaccine, yeah, okay. It's an 18-month plan with something like 600 centers throughout the country, Sabah, Sarawak, West Malaysia included, all right, altogether 600 places. Yeah, and of course you find that that is just an estimate, probably an optimistic estimate. Yeah, all right, an optimistic estimate. Remember we learned about optimistic and pessimistic. We have to be pessimistic there, because normally the government, if you say 18 months, it could easily be 2 years, yeah, down the road, yeah, okay. And 2 years down the road is about inoculating 70% of the population. Yeah, okay. What about the other 30%? Yeah, okay. What about those people who doesn't want to be inoculated? Yeah, some people I've spoken to are not willing to be inoculated. Yeah, what they're saying is that, I'm going to wait and see, other people being inoculated. If they survive after 1 month, after 2 months, okay, then I'll go for the inoculation. Otherwise, I do not want to be the guinea pig. So that's what some of my friends are saying. Yeah, okay. Elderly people, of course. Yeah, okay. The younger people, I don't think you are worried about this because the body can take it. Yeah, okay. But for the older people, older generation, they have to be more careful. Yeah, all right. So we find that, and that of course will then push the time frame. Yeah, okay. Push it further. So instead of 5 years as stated by WHO, bearing in mind the mutation of the virus, okay, the virus changes, right? If it changes into a more lethal virus, then it's going to take even longer. Yeah, all right. So for now, perhaps it is a possibility. We're not sure about it. It is a possibility that students may graduate online, okay, right? Or graduate mainly with online courses, not just at UTP, but at other universities in the country as well, in the world. Yeah, all right. So, children, school-going children, would be, I think, less stress. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they don't have to go to school all that soon. Yeah, all right. Okay, so the point is time frame. Yeah, time scale. We want to consider that and make sure that we can either fit university studies as well as business together, yeah, because the time frame is big, or if the time frame is too small, yeah, okay, we have to do either one. Then of course, you know, you have no choice. You have a hard decision to make, yeah, because that window of opportunity, yeah, is very small. Okay, and of course, in the some people would say that this is the university of life and industry. Yeah, okay, it's better than what you can learn at university anyway. Okay, so some people would argue on that score. Yeah, and what is there out there in the IT industry? Normally, it's 2 years ahead. Yeah, okay, of what is being taught at university. So you find that some people will argue on that score, to argue for the case for people to jump for this particular opportunity, because it's an opportunity that may never come again. Okay, you don't get pandemics every 5 years. Yeah, okay. So pandemics only come once in a while. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, that's it. So let's go on to the next one. Egocentricity. Yeah. So what is egocentricity? Seeing a situation only in terms of how it affects the thinker personally. Yeah. All right. So and you find that some people would say that it is selfish. Yeah. Yeah. But is it selfish to be getting up, say, to be sleeping early at night, say at 11, yeah, okay, right, and then getting up early, at 6 o'clock, for example, yeah, so you get 7 hours of sleep, for example, okay, and then after that, is it selfish then to be, taking care of oneself, cleaning oneself up, taking care of the teeth, yeah, uh, washing properly, putting on, clean clothes, right? Having breakfast, right? Perhaps even going for an exercise before that. Yeah, all right. At UTP, if the SOP allows it, right? You can then walk, on the in the compound, in the UTP compound. You can go swimming, maybe if the SOP allows that. All right. So you find that that way you find that you are taking care of your health. You're taking care of the food that you take. You're taking care of your studies, right? For students, that is, so that you do not want you want to be on top of your work, yeah, not your work on top of you, right? So you're not like you are managing your stress in a good way, yeah, right? And is that selfish? Yeah, it is selfish in a good way, right? So it is selfish because everybody needs to do that. And if everybody do that, you find that we have less problems in the world. Yeah, less problems in the world because people take care of themselves. Yeah, less people being sent to the hospital. Yeah, less people seeing the psychologist. Yeah, less people perhaps even driving recklessly on the highway and causing accidents. So less of many bad things that happen in the world. Yeah, okay. So it is a good thing. So egocentricity in the beginning is good, but of course you find that when people do not consider other people, yeah, all right, consider the needs of other people, then you are taking it to its extreme end. Yeah, all right. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, discussion. A person decides to leave an organization immediately if he is offered a higher salary, knowing full well that he's holding an important position. Yeah, okay. So what would you do? Yeah, okay. So what will you do? I'll give you a few minutes to think about this. Yeah, and then again I'll call people to share their thoughts here. Yeah. All right. Few minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Okay, 3-4 minutes. So let's do that. Okay. So somebody, there's a question here. Yeah, before you. Okay, while you are doing this, I'll just share my thoughts here. Yeah. What is IT business actually? Yeah. All right. That's the question. Because somebody is interested maybe to become an entrepreneur. Yeah, Muhammad Farid is asking the question, right? So IT business, of course, when you talk about business, is about providing a product or providing products, yeah, or in fact, and or hardware, yeah, all right, products, yeah, and the products, of course, products can be hardware, can be services, yeah, and the products also usually products are tangible things that we can hold, yeah, things that we can touch. So those are products normally. The others are called services. So apps, for example, are called services that falls under category of services because we cannot touch it, yeah, it's not tangible, yeah, okay. And of course you find that the business that people are in can be a combination of the products and the services, yeah, okay, can be hardware, yeah, or it can be totally software, or it can be a combination of both, yeah, okay. And of course most people would be in the hardware business, yeah, okay. Hardware, not as in the hardware shop, selling all those tools, hammers and nails and whatnot. That is hardware also, but here we're talking about IT hardware, talking about the computer, talking about and all its peripherals. We're talking about those things that are being used in communication. All right, okay, in communication technology. So we find that there is an overlap there between IT and communication. So you find that it's a big business. Yeah. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah. So is it like e-commerce? E-commerce is something else. Yeah. All right. E-commerce, of course, is based on the IT. Yeah. The IT, using IT hardware, using using the software, then people then would want to conduct e-commerce. Yeah. Okay. Uh, riding on riding on IT basically. Yeah. Using IT as a platform to launch e-commerce. Right. So so e-commerce is a byproduct of IT hardware, IT services, IT software, okay, and so on. So, so you want to be looking at it in that way, and of course you can do more research if you just Google, and look at it. But in the end, one would want to make the hard decision, okay, whether to jump in or not to jump in. Sometimes that is the difficult part, okay, depending on the resources that's available, and so on. So and the competencies, that the individual may have or may not have, okay, uh, and the management, okay. Certain things we don't have money, we can borrow money. We don't have experts, we can get experts to work for us, okay. uh, but I think the core, the core would be the maturity, the maturity of the individual and his resourcefulness. Because let's face it, nobody knows everything, all right. We cannot, if we even for someone in the IT sector, they won't claim they know everything about IT. Yes. The point is that we must be resourceful enough, must be creative enough to get those people that know, to work for us, or if not to work for us, then become our partners, okay. And there is such a thing as strategic alliances and partnership, okay, that can overcome problems, okay. So problems will be faced, of course, because there will be competition, but because of the huge amount of demand, okay, uh, everybody should be able to get a big piece of cake, even if there is competition, all right. So I mean, let's have a break. I think I need to get some coffee as well, So I'll come back with you and get back to this, okay, egocentricity, the discussion here,
All right,
in,
sir.
in 3 minutes, 9:35, say, okay, right?
Got it.
Okay, let's come back to this. Yeah. So a person decides to leave an organization immediately if he's offered a higher salary. Yeah. Okay. So knowing full well he is holding an important position, what would you do? Yeah. Okay. Anybody wants to try that? Yeah. Maybe Eva. Yeah. Eva Ebony. Hello, Eva.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, Eva. Are you in Sarawak or in UTP?
I'm in Sarawak now.
Okay, yeah. So you're one of the lucky ones, yeah. Okay, to be back home, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Eva, would you like to share with us, about this? What would you do? What would you recommend? Yeah. Okay.
What I would recommend if the person decides to leave the organize, you mean the discussion, sir?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, I I think first I would see if I am in the right, or like I have a say in that, and if I do, I guess I'll advise them to stay,
Mm-hmm.
and if I don't, I guess I'll just let them go and give the position to someone else who deserves.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you, Eva. All right. Okay. So yeah, let's get somebody else then to perhaps also contribute there. You know what you think the person should do. Yeah. Okay. Getting a higher salary somewhere, maybe 3 times the salary. Okay. So what would you do? Yeah. Right. Anybody? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll just comment on this then. Yeah. A friend of mine, in fact, a number of friends of mine, have left UTP. Okay. Not this year. A couple of years ago. Yeah. Okay. Maybe easily 5, 6, some even 10 years ago. Yeah. Okay. And they left and they joined other companies that offered them better, yeah, salary. Okay. They join and then they of course they have to go to sandy Saudi Arabia. Okay. Some join Saudi Aramco, others join some other companies. Okay. So but of course they were offered substantial increases, yeah, in their salary. Yeah. Some even as much as 200%. Yeah. Right. Okay. So, and of course, you find that after a couple of years, I heard that he is earning something like 100,000 a month. Yeah, right. So, and of course, when you work in Saudi Arabia, yeah, uh, chances are you don't have to pay taxes. Yeah, right. Unlike here, of course, when you bring back the money, you have to pay the taxes. Yeah, okay. So, but the point is, you don't have to pay taxes while you are there. Yeah, okay. And while the money is there overseas. Okay. So so what would you do? Yeah. Egocentricity tells us that we want to take care of ourselves, right? Uh, Nobody is indispensable. Yeah, that is something that we must learn. Okay. No one working in any company is indispensable, meaning that you are safe. Okay. Nobody is safe, right? Nobody working in with anyone is safe. You find that if the technology changes, there are changes that happens to the environment. Okay. A pandemic occurs, you find that things that are out of our control, yeah, then we might be made redundant, yeah, okay, or even as I mentioned earlier, get salary cuts even, right? Get salary cuts. Some of my friends in KL, living in KL, and yet they have 50% salary cut. Imagine, yeah. So, so you find that in the end, the person must take care of themselves. Yeah, that's what egocentricity tells us. Yeah, okay. Initially, that's good, of course. Yeah, uh, and of course, you find that there is another thing that you want to remember. You want to win while you can, right? Because the opportunity, just like the IT guy just now, yeah, the opportunity may not come again, right? So this offer may not be around, yeah, okay. And of course, you find that uh, even though he is holding an important position, yeah, okay, important position, he has to weigh that with the sort of experience also that he will get at the other end, yeah, at the new place, yeah. And of course, he is dealing with shadows here, right? But hopefully, he is able to then, get better information to allow him to make the balanced decision. Yeah, okay, right. So you find that it's important then to remember this. But the key word here is actually immediately. Yeah. All right. If that word is not there, then that's not an important. That's not a problem. Meaning that he's not going to be living in 24 hours, right? So there is time. Yeah. But immediately here implies within 24 hours. Yeah. Okay. And if that is the case, then that is not going to be responsible on his part. Yeah. Cannot just leave a company like that. Yeah. A company that has given you a job, experience, okay, and you have, of course, relationships, professional relationships, that is, yeah, with people in that company. So you do not want to burn the bridge, okay, very important. So what this person needs to do then is he needs to negotiate with that company, yeah, that is offering him the higher salary. Look, I want to join you, but of course I have to ensure that certain things that needs to be taken care of are taken care of. Yeah, and that way, I want to maintain my professional integrity. Yeah, all right. So you do not want to be labeled as unprofessional. Yeah, okay. And lose all that bridge, all that connection that you have, professional connections with people that you have known for, say, a number of years already. Yeah. And chances are, when he is talking in that way to the other company will also realize that this person is a professional and a person with integrity. Yeah. So this is the sort of person that we want to hire, and and because of this, we are willing to wait. Yeah. Okay. We are willing to wait for him to give notice to this other company. So you find that it's very important to be able to not be selfish. Yeah, selfish meaning only looking at one's self-interest. And of course, you find that if that is managed properly, then it can work out. Otherwise, you find that immediately then, of course, means that the person is going to be living and just hanging out, whoever is taking his place out to dry, without enough information. Yeah. So that, of course, is irresponsible. Yeah. All right. So that's egocentricity. Yeah. Okay. So arrogance and conceit. Of course, we know what arrogance is. Yeah. Okay. And some people say it's overbearing pride. Yeah. Okay. Overbearing pride in oneself. Yeah. Okay. Overbearing self-importance. Yeah. To the point where that person, you find that find it difficult. Yeah. Okay. To think straight. Yeah. Okay. So we do not want to be arrogant people who see other people as lesser human beings. Yeah. All right. So that's arrogance and conceit, and you can read about it, yeah, as well. And initial judgment, of course, is as it is the initial making judgment very quickly. Yeah. right? When a proposal or idea is presented, the thinker makes an initial judgment, like, dislike, all right? And of course, you find that, that is not going to be in his or her best interest. Yeah. I remember, a friend wanting to buy a car. Yeah. Went off to Ipoh. Okay. He's a friend in UTP actually. Yeah. But now no longer in UTP. Yeah. Went to Ipoh, go to the showroom. Okay. And look at Toyota, look at, all the other cars as well. All right. Japanese cars. And then of course stumble upon another showroom, yeah, okay, and end up buying a 400 plus BMW, yeah, okay. So maybe for rich people 400,000 plus is not a big deal, right? But for this person it should be a big deal, but you find that he was like making that like dislike kind of decision, yeah, and end up having to pay something like 4,000, 5,000 ringgit per month, yeah, out of his salary. And of course, you find that a lecturer's salary is not that big, yeah, especially junior lecturer like him, yeah, okay, probably about 10,000, yeah, all right. And of course, you find that he would have trouble paying for other things like paying for the house and providing for the family, yeah. So so that like dislike sort of judgment, yeah, initial judgment that is, tends to put people in trouble, yeah, or at least make people decide in a rash manner, okay, because no exploration is involved. And of course, when the mind does not have anything else to do, it will form a judgment. When there is no exploration, then chances are it will become a like dislike judgment. All right, so another group discussion here, yeah. All right, but I think we'll do this together, yeah. You are required to conduct a survey, okay, on the bright lights of city life. What do you think are some of the negative and positive comments, feedback from your survey? All right, so meaning that you are trying to determine what people think of living in the city, yeah, all right, and you are trying to imagine doing it, because you can't do it, right? You can't do it really, okay. So you are imagining the sort of response that you would get from your interviewees as you talk to them on the streets of Kuala Lumpur, yeah, okay. So list the negative and positive comments that you might hear, yeah, and comment why you think such feedback has been stated, yeah. So so what do you think you would get, yeah? What sort of comments do you think you would get from people, yeah, about living in KL, yeah, right? Okay. Anyone wants to say something there, yeah? What sort of comments do you think you get? Judah, yeah. Is Zafran, yeah? Dinesh, yeah, who's that? Yeah, I can hear somebody talking just now, yeah. Can speak louder, yeah.
It's me, sir. Is
Okay, is Zahran, yeah.
Zafran, yes.
Yeah, is Zafran. Okay, so you want to say something about this?
About
What comments would you get if you do this survey? Talk to people on the streets of Kuala Lumpur. Okay, about about living in the city. Okay.
oh,
Yes.
sorry, sir. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah, meaning that people go to the city to live in the city. Okay, and then of course you approach them. To try and get some comments on how they feel about living in the city. Yeah. All right. So what comments would you expect to get from them?
From people living in the city.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, comments. Sorry, sir. I don't understand the question, sir.
Comments meaning what they like, what they don't like about living in the city, for example. Yeah.
Oh, for me, I think that most people, let's say if we're living in a city, we wanted a kampung life, and the people living in kampung wanted a city life. So, for me, that's just my opinion and my personal perspective.
Okay.
And uh,
And why do you say that those people living in the city they want to live? What are they trying to run away from?
like for us, okay, I'll give you an example. Like for Malaysian, we wanted our country to have like snow, right?
Uh-huh.
And other countries that have snow, they wanted summer. So like for me, humans, they don't really make up their mind because they wanted something like different.
Oh,
Like
okay. All right.
people
Okay.
in the city, uh
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Okay. I think people who live in the city, they are under the pressure of living in the city. So thank you very much, Is. Yeah. All right.
okay.
So yeah, thank you very much for your contribution. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I think you are correct there in a sense because people want something they don't have, right? Uh, People want something better. Yeah. Okay. So we find that some people might complain the weather is too hot here, right? In the city. We're already in a tropical country, and on top of that, you're living in Kuala Lumpur, where the temperature is probably several degrees higher than in in the village. Okay, for example, yeah. So yes, people would say that. People would say very quickly that they don't like the pollution. Yeah, okay. They don't like the congestion, the traffic jams. They don't like the crowds. Okay, going everywhere there's crowds. They don't like it. When it's difficult to find what parking space, right? you know they don't like to pay for the tolls. Okay, they don't like a lot of things. Okay, but still they are there. Yeah. Because they have no choice, they have to earn a living. Yeah, right. They have to put food on the table, and the only jobs that they can find, okay, is probably in the city. Or if they are business people, yeah, in the food business, they know that in the city there's going to be many people, yeah, living in the city, and there's bound to be someone ordering food from them, yeah, because of the statistics, yeah. All right, you get just 0.1% of people in Kuala Lumpur ordering food from you. That's a lot of people already. Yeah, there's a lot of orders. Yeah? Just 0.1%, right? So we find that uh, so we find that living in the city has its advantages, and we would expect to get comments like people also say they like to live in the city. They like it in the city because they have access to so many amenities. Yeah, okay, and especially in the more affluent neighborhood. Yeah, okay, you find that they will say they have good neighbors. Yeah, all right. Uh, Neighbors are sophisticated. Yeah, all right. So there are things that people like and people dislike. So the comments that we get basically, yeah, is due to several things. Yeah, perception, and of course initial judgment, because we're talking about initial judgment just now. Yeah, uh, perception. People will perceive things differently. Yeah, uh, different people will have different reality, and of course this also involves egocentricity. Yeah, okay, we learned about egocentricity just now. Yeah, so some people respond because they are responding based on their egocentricity. Some people say, uh, uh, there's a lot of opportunities here. Yeah, I can hop. I can job hop. Job hop Job hop means you can do one job, and then if there's an offer, you hop to another job, and there's another offer, you hop to, and that way you find that they during good times, of course, not now, yeah. During good times, when people job hop, they also tend to do better, yeah, okay, and get better for themselves, better pay for themselves. All right, so that's that was initial judgment and adversary thinking. I think we have time for one more, I guess. Yeah, adversary thinking. What is about the thinker. Put the thinker on the opposite side of the opponent. Yeah, okay, rather than thinking together. This situation, of course, can happen in debates. Okay,
Sounds a lot like debate, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, in debates, find that you have adversary thinking. It doesn't have to be face to face. It can also be online. People attacking each other online. Okay, and they are using adversary thinking. Yeah, in their writing. Okay, doesn't have to be verbal, right? So whatever it is, if A can prove that B is wrong, A will claim that it is right. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's where we will stop, yeah, for today, yeah, and we will go into ego involvement, yeah, the next time, yeah, and that of course will be Tuesday next week, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Tuesday next week we have 1 more hour, and that should be enough, yeah. Should be enough to cover all of those topics on errors in thinking, yeah, because test number 1 will be until errors in thinking. So I would suggest that you finish reading all those topics in errors in thinking, even though we haven't covered it. Yeah, all right. So so you find that we haven't covered extremes and magnitude error, and of course ego involvement. Yeah. So with that, I think unless of course there are questions, yeah, let me check. Doesn't seem to be any questions. All right. So yeah. So no more questions there. So I'll share with you very quickly the form, yeah, the poll that is. Copy, paste it there.
Sir,
Yeah, please. Yeah.
when is it our first test?
Test.
The
Okay, the
date
test.
for
I want to plan it for Tuesday. Tuesday next week. Because Wednesday is we can't have it on Wednesday because Wednesday is the university rule. We cannot have anything on Wednesday. And we can't have it on Thursday because Thursday is a holiday. Friday is a holiday. Okay, so next week we only have Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. So and what I'm suggesting is that we have it on Tuesday, and of course I'll put up the announcement, yeah, and hopefully there'll be no other tests going on, yeah, at the same time. So hopefully we can have our test. It's only a 1 hour test anyway, yeah, not even 1 hour. I think probably 45 minutes, yeah, okay, or 50 minutes, 50 questions, 50 minutes, yeah. All right. Okay, Muhammad. Right, so that's
all
it.
right, sir.
So thank you very much, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a good day and God bless.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Yeah.